In this video, I'm going to play Clodomir's fourth study from his 70 Little Studies for trumpet. While this study is about playing staccatos well, for all of the different kinds of music that call for them, that's not all it's about. Something else stood out for me while I was practicing it because, well, it was challenging me while I was practicing it. And from having been in ensembles as a player for years, and then also my experience as a conductor for many other years, I remembered that this is pretty common and it greatly affects how musical a player is, and therefore how musical an ensemble will be that they're in. So I'm going to get into what that is in the debrief after I play the study. Right now, what I want to do is say, "Hi, I'm Deanna, and welcome to the Trumpet Study Project, the Clodomir edition." For this project, I'm playing through Clodomir's 70 Little Studies, and I'm doing it as part of my own ongoing work to rebuild my trumpet playing skills after many, many years of not playing very much, where before that, music was my full-time career. So if building trumpet skills sounds interesting to you, then you're in the right place, and this video series and all of the other content that I'll be bringing out is for you. Now, here is study number 4, and then we're diving into an important topic that we really need to pay attention to if we want to be good musicians. All right, here's my best go at number 4. As we develop our trumpet skills, we become able to play higher notes, louder, softer, longer, that sort of thing. But we also have to be able to do it in the context of playing a piece of music, as in when it says to play shorter, long, loud, or soft. Now, if we're still learning or we're refreshing our skills as I am, then the habit to pay attention, to catch those details and be able to do them is also developing. But where does it start, though? Well, it starts from knowing that you need to pay attention to the markings. Like, you really need to. Now, if we ignore or barely do the markings on a page, then we're really not doing justice to the music. We're sort of only half playing it. And we're ignoring those details that bring the music, what we're playing, to life. It gives it its color, it makes it exciting, and it draws your audience in. So when we have a piece of music in front of us, we have to remind ourselves to respond, or try to the details that are marked on the page. And when we're learning this, tempo makes a big difference. So tempo, when a piece goes slowly enough, there's time to react to the markings. But the faster the piece goes, the faster we have to react to the changes that come. Now in my case, when I was practicing number 4, I could initially play the study pretty well, or so I thought. At first glance, it's short and it's pecky. And it sounded best when I was playing it at a slow tempo. And I kind of played the markings. However, as with the earlier studies, that target tempo is quicker than where I began it. So I had to work on things like coming in pianissimo in bar number 9 after the fortissimo on the last line. I also realized, as I was going along, that I actually wasn't playing all of the details. In listening to my recordings, one detail I consistently was missing was that I wasn't really playing the opening bars very staccato-y, if you will. It is, for sure, a bit of work to get every little detail, but your ability to do the markings and then do them more quickly will improve if you spend time on it. You should have seen how many times I stopped and started again, trying to make sure I was consistent. And as with things when we're learning, some things are going to come quickly and other things are going to take your body more time to adapt to, maybe even more time to be able to do. So you have to be patient with yourself, and you will get there. It won't happen, though, if you don't work on your reaction time. Well, so how do you work on your reaction time for playing the piece with all of the character it has built into it that the composer put there? One of my favorite quotes comes to mind here, and it is, "Take your time and you'll go faster." I have no idea who said it. You start practicing from where you are, whatever tempo that is, and you gradually bring up the speed. As you slowly increase the speed, your body gains that ability to first do the thing, play short or play soft, and then it gains the ability to respond more and more quickly to the markings on the page as you see them as they change from one to the next. Note, now, of course, some things you're going to be able to play more easily. So pull out the spots that are just difficult and work on those. Work on them at a slower tempo. Now, that can be more easily accomplished if you have the right tool for the job. So what's that? So when you're woodshedding and trying to be patient with yourself and let your body get able to do what you're trying to get it to do, the right tool for the job is your trusty metronome. And I love my metronome for helping me gradually bring up a difficult passage, bring it up from a slower speed to the speed that's on the marking on the page. If you don't already play with a metronome, I encourage you to do so though, even if it feels awkward. And it's going to maybe take a bit of getting used to, but think of it as having a friendly drummer helping you out. And, I would suggest getting a digital one if you can. They have the smallest increment changes. But what if you don't have a metronome? I have something for you. If you have a cell phone or you can sit near a computer, well, you can find apps to download. I have one I often use on my phone, and I also have one on my computer. So your metronome will help you play at tempos that work for you and can help you learn to play the details in the music. The details in the music, those markings like piano and forte, staccato, marcato, they're what bring the music alive. And by the way, focusing on the details is good for your brain too. It builds our attention to detail and our focus. And that's not just good for kids learning music. That's really awesome for adults as well. And I really think even the most advanced musicians are still growing and learning. They need to. If you found some value in this video, would you please give it a thumbs up? It lets me know I'm connecting with things that matter to other people. And if you want to come along for the ride through Clodomir's, the rest of the 66 studies we have to go, then please join me by subscribing. I'm doing these and I have lots more content planned and almost ready to come out. So there's more coming. When the next study is ready, it's going to be up in the upper part of this screen, and if you are still wondering about this project and where it started, check down the bottom because that's the link to the first video. I hope you have a fantastic day. Keep playing. You can do this, and I just believe in our ability to grow, learn, maybe regrow, relearn. You go do it. I know you can. Talk to you later. While this study is about playing staccatos well for all of the different kinds of musics that call for them, for all the different kinds of musics. Let's try that again.